So she goes home again, she Googles a bit again. She gets invited by a group called the Nine Sisters to join into Special Class A. She does a bit of code breaking, she cracks the code, and she's on her way to Avalon. I would do an analysis of this scene, but let's face it, a shot camera shot of her looking at a screen isn't the best thing for a review. So she arrives at the game world where the Nine Sisters are waiting, and more players spontaneously appear. My god! Are we gonna have a shootout like in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly? Not sure what I was looking at. What I got from the scene before someone randomly started shooting was that the real Nine Sisters are the only ones in the gaming world who can escort her to Special A. And the people she met online, they were just a bunch of losers wanting to steal her stuff. Again, thanks for wasting my time. After that encounter, she goes to her local library to look up the legend of Avalon. Even though we established that early in the movie with characters, so why the hell is she still researching what she already knows? Thus even wasting even more of my time. I do apologize if these scenes make me sound repetitive, but honestly, the way this movie's structured, you could just retitle this movie as Padding the Movie. Apart from that, Stunner and Ash get back together. They have lunch and talk about gaming jargon that actually bores me still. Seriously, most of the dialogue in this scene is nothing but pointless statuses and people talking about their roles as characters in the game world. Now let's just recap. This game, in this movie, relies heavily on mythology, and like any fantasy game, it relies on different ranks like warriors, thieves, wizards, bishops, and anybody else, like elves. That's all good. But in this movie, I can't really tell the difference. And that's mainly because they're all in military uniform. You don't even get any characterization of these different players either, since this is mostly Ash's story. So we don't really know who's who. And don't ask for any war colors, because there aren't any, because everything in this movie is brown! I know that there's a lot of symbolism when it comes to colours, particularly when it comes to an artistic direction in any form of media, but why brown?
Please do not test me, I want. Whatever you want, do not me, I see. Please do not test me, I want. Whatever you want, do.
Brown. Brown is the colour of our earth and is associated with all things natural and organic. Brown earth tones is primitive, rough natural forms such as rocks, fossils, nuts and shells suggest our tribal ancestry. Interestingly, the same colours is more polished forms of sophisticating, evoking culture and maturity. Brown says sustainability, reliability and approachability. Some shades of brown create a warm, comforting feel of homeliness and dependently family life, loyal friends. An earthly colour for practicality, people with a preference for natural, tribal and primitive things. Psychology specifically, brown gives you the feeling of relaxing and homecoming. Think brown leather chair, blah 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 blah. Let's just move on. What? She's still walking? Oh god, how much longer is this? What? Help! Oh, who is that now? I just hope it's an interesting character because, to be honest, no one in this film is really that interesting. Why am I still watching this? Oh hi, random bald guy from the start! Where the hell have you been? And this bald guy? He's a bishop, which is something Ash really needs to help her form a party. And not only that, He's also one of the original 9 sisters, who offers his help to get her into Avalon. Finally! Progress! It's a beautiful thing! With Bishop on his side, they are ready to break into Special Class A. Not until they are stopped by a tank of some sort, which they have to take out as a team. You know, this far in the movie, I should be glad for an action sequence, but still, like everything else, it's really boring. Maybe I should try some different music. Where's my iPod? Ah. Let's see. That doesn't work. What else?
We must stand together. We're still
No. Nope, not even one of my songs on my iPod can make this more exciting. I tried. I really did. So, after completing what feels like the most boring level of Metal Slug, they finally find the girl. I mean ghost. I mean gateway. I mean spiritual MacGuffin. But now how to get inside of her? Wait. There's things like come out of my mouth. Yeah, he's gonna shoot a ghost. Moron. And yet Ash can shoot the ghost and it tends to the gateway. She goes into Special Class A and then she enters something called Class Real. Oh, I don't care anymore. Assuming by that title on the screen, I only assume this is meant to be reality. But then again, how am I supposed to tell the difference?
Oh, why do we care? Nothing makes any sense no matter where we are.
Let me see. Bricked up windows, posters of a missing dog because it disappeared spontaneously somewhere. Didn't feel like showing that because it wasn't really that important to the plot. A package waiting for her. This must be the final level. Oh, it's you.
My to nazywamy Class Real. Jej zbudowanie wymagało wielu danych i bardzo wyspecjalizowanego sprzętu. Pod wieloma względami jest to jeszcze klasa wymagająca przetestowania.
Yeah, experimental on my patience. My God! Cola! Oh, sorry. Moving on. As much as I like watching this color scheme, let's fast forward. Did I do that beforehand? To make a long story short, Ash finally finds Murphy in what I can only describe as the most boring art gallery in existence. And trust me, being a student in the Bachelor of Arts, I should know. Oh great, they're playing that opera song again.
Po co tu przyszłaś?
Can't we have a proper conversation? Oh wait, they are. I'll shut up.
Tylko ty wiesz, dlaczego rozpadł się Wizard.
Dlatego nie przejmowałam się, kiedy mnie obarczono za to winą. I od tej pory walczyłam tylko w pojedynkę.
To dlaczego chciałaś się spotkać?
Stanner powiedział, że zginąłeś, a ty po prostu nie powróciłeś do realnego świata. Powiedział, że chciałeś wygrać w Avalon, ale przeszkadzali ci w tym dumni z siebie członkowie Wizard. Oczywiście nikt wówczas nie myślał o rozpadzie drużyny. Odnosiła zwycięstwa jedno po drugim. Była nie do pokonania. Dlatego potrzebny był ci pretekst, żeby rozpowszechniać pogłoski o jej upadku.
And why you only explain this now, at the end, would have been more informative if you explained in that flashback, or when Ash was doing all that constant walking. It would have made a bit more interesting background noise, which this movie lacks, or anything interesting to draw your attention. Why am I complaining? It's nearly over. In the end, Ash shoots him. The opera singer stops singing, thank God, and she walks into a church where the girl she entered in stairs and... what? The end! No, seriously, that's the end right there. So she's given up on being healthy, going in the sunlight, getting a proper job, finding a proper boyfriend, or doing anything that may give her any proper responsibility with her normal life. She's just a gibbering vegetable on the internet, or somewhere. This is the movie's artistic way of saying,
I reject your reality and substitute my own.
yeah, that's basically it. I'm done with this review. Over. I don't give a crap anymore. The end! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Boy, did Avalon blow! If I had to be fair, for a live action film, it's not that engaging. With long pauses, little to no backstory, and a lot of repetitive scenes. It certainly looks good at times, and I can appreciate Mr. Oshi's artistic approach. But the problem with this story for me is the lack of appropriate atmosphere and characters to fill in that void. And when you focus on one character the way this film does, you will lack any interesting moments. Keeping in mind this is a Japanese film and not a Polish one, you do forget this is more like a bad one-off anime compared to a more historical war film that you would see from Poland. So it doesn't really have anyone to relate to apart from gamers. If you don't quite relate to the character that way, you will feel lost. I just wish this movie had more time to flesh out the characters with their own backgrounds and further themes relating to King Arthur in the actual plot that would have made it a bit more interesting. Overall, for me, this is a bleak story with a bleak heroine fulfilling a bleak goal in life that doesn't really affect her bleak existence. Actually, come to think of it, I think that was the whole point of this film. I'm the Foreign Freak, riffing the world, one continent at a time.